Oh. So, it's rather warm. All right, as you please. Where do I keep this? Particular flower.
Did you turn it off?
What flowers, eh?
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, if you can get my handkerchief from my purse and my spectacles.
Ask Masha to bring mother's purse down, please.
Today, I was thinking of talking or telling you about the Sahaja culture. Now we have formed the Dharma, Vishwadharma. But it must have a culture. So far in all the religions, there is no combination of religion and culture. No religion has. That's why everywhere you find different cultures. Now what is a culture? First of all, let us see what is a culture. So the culture is the pattern of behavior we have with others. So the culture of the spirit doesn't change. It's universal and is higher than any other culture. Apart from that, it integrates all the essences of all the cultures. So it emanates from the spirit. Now spirit has two sides. One side which you see, the other you don't see, like the moon. The side you see is outside with other people. Other Sahajogis, other people, other societies, which are not yourself. Absolutely. The other side you don't see is the relationship with God Almighty. Relationship with your mother. If the other side is not all right, the behavioral side outside could become artificial, could become crooked and not such. So it's the other way around than any other culture. But if you want to know the Sahaja culture, you have to know your mother and you have to know God Almighty. The relationship between your mother and the God Almighty has to be absolutely perfect. Then there's no problem. But that the relationship, if it is not all right, you cannot have artificial Sahaj culture. That is one thing for sure. Artificial Sahaj culture is not all right. But to have the culture, first of all, culture is developed through meditation, by facing yourself. First of all, you should face yourself, how you feel about your mother and about God Almighty. Now, if you are surrendered, how do you see the surrendering in a person? You see, it has one side and the other is the expression. Say a person who is surrendered doesn't talk much to me, doesn't talk, listens, isn't it? Common sense, listens. Even people who are very good, I've seen, when I'm talking, they'll put in their own words in between. People who are very good, I should say. So the surrendering is not full. Surrendering has to be to that point that you shouldn't worry. If one can understand that, then you will not try to organize me. You have to just tell me we have to leave at this time. But if I don't have to leave, I will not leave whatever you may do. Spirit is never upset, never excited, never hurries, and never is what you call that go-go business. Like now, we have to go to the airport. You find everybody was like an aeroplane, round, 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 round. What has happened? The whole thing is all these excitements and all these things come to us because we are outside. But if you are one with your spirit, you are absolutely calm. Absolutely calm. All right, we have to go, all right, we'll reach there. Doesn't matter. Why are you saving time? For what are you saving time? So we miss the present. And that's one thing spirit never misses. It's always in the present. That's the reality about it. Now present moment. What are we doing? In a very calm way, witness it. Witness yourself. Now, witness yourself. Where is my mind going? Now somebody who has to cook must be thinking, oh, I have to get this, I have to get that. Once you start saying that I have to do it, you will never be able to do it that well. But you said, all right, just now I am in meditation. Every moment I am in meditation. Everything will walk up to you, even matter. And you'll get the right things at the right place. You'll meet right people at the right place. So when you are so much tied down with your watch, that means you are not tied down with your spirit. So a Sahaj Yogi, if he sees watch, then he is not a Sahaj Yogi. But the other side could be that the Sahaj Yogis are never in time where they have to be. Now, to take for granted things, as you say, take for granted. That's not the way Sahaj Yoga is. You have to be alert, absolutely alert. If you are alert, immediately I have to go now this time. I have to do it. I have to get this thing out. If you have to miss something, you are supposed to miss it. That's what it is. So there's a beautiful thing written down, like they say, Jaise rakhu, taise hi rahu. The way you keep me the way I am will be happy. So satisfaction towards yourself, your spirit is important. So for a person who is imbibed with the culture of spirit, the Sahaj culture, impresses others by his calmness and relaxed attitude. Relaxation never means lethargy by any chance. It doesn't mean lethargy. Lethargy is against relaxation. A person who is relaxed cannot become lethargic. Relaxed means a person who is alert and calm. These two things for human beings is an impossibility. Because if they are alert, then they are not calm. If they are unhappy, sad, then they think they are very, very calm. So this is one of the things one has to remember, that you have to witness yourself all the time. Not to condemn yourself, but witness. Now I said the word witness means detached. Now what happens with this? When you start condemning yourself, you miss every good point. You are a spirit now. You are no more an ordinary human being. So you have no business to condemn yourself or to degrade yourself or in any way to feel unhappy. No way. Past is past. What happened a moment before is finished. Now I am going to rise. Now I am going to rise. So a person who has a Sahaj culture is not only spontaneous but is inspired, is an inspired personality. A person who is of that kind, an inspired visionary, then other people get impressed by such a person, that see, there is a man who is inspired, who talks in an inspired way. in a way that is something very different from others. Something new, he says. New that is nourishing. This is Sahaj culture, in which you recognize and realize the dignity of a realized soul. So when it comes to relating to others, first and foremost are Sahaj Yogis. So the culture of Sahaj is to give and give and give and never ask for a reward. Never thinks what I have to get. After all, you have got the highest that anybody could get. They said the 3 heights a human being can achieve in spirituality, which you all got in no time. It's called as Salokya, Samipya, Sanidhya. You have got all these 3. In one incarnation you got it. When gods incarnated before, nobody knew that they were gods. So even they got it, they never knew. So the 3 blessings that a saint is promised, you've got all of them. But because you've got them, you don't understand. You take it for granted. There's no Shraddha. With this experience, there should be tremendous faith. Faith is a thing that resides between me and you, in between. We can say the ocean of joy that is in between. Whatever I emit to you is that Shraddha. And when you are drenched into it, the joy of that Shraddha makes everything so Sahaj. But for that, you must open your hearts. A Sahaj Yogi who is secretive, who is insular, who is jealous, who separates himself from others, is no good. Open your heart, give away your things, doesn't matter. Matter has only one value, that it can communicate your Sahaj culture. Now, if you become unhappy and serious, you are very unkind to yourself and to others. Anybody who is a serious person, sits with a serious face, know that he is not a Sahaj Yogi at all. They should be bubbling with laughter, joy all the time. That's how a person should be. And don't worry what others have to say. You see, the culture where people are just glum like this is the same as the people where they are frivolous. But both things are nonsensical, has no meaning. You have to be natural, and natural everything is always bubbling with joy. And a message. And a message. These flowers are the message of my coming, writ large on them. So a person who is a Sahaj culture man should emit that message to others. People should see, oh, this is the man, he is the Sahaja fellow. You can see that clearly. The comfort of the spirit is the thing we have lost. And those who seek the comfort of the spirit are Sahaj Yogis, not otherwise. Comfort of the spirit comes in giving. I have put you inside my body. Do you know that? You are part and parcel of my body. You are cells in my body. And when you catch, I also catch. Not catch, but I really get the pain. But I clear it. In the same way, I have given you powers. Every power I have given you. but you have to develop it. And you have to be adventurous. It's surprising for a Western person. It is very important that it should be economical. Surprising, affluent people think more of saving money than the people who are poor. So with the affluence, miserliness grows and money orientation. In India also I've seen people who get little more money than the rest become very money oriented. You must know that your kundalinis were not raised with just your own kundalini, but something that is working it out. Something very tremendous, a big organization. You can't see it, it is microscopic. You must know, nobody got realization like that, did they? Thousands getting realization, what's happening? There must be something about. Now, how can you tell anything to such an organization? They don't like it. They know it. Actually, they are the ones who know, not the English. They know what is to be done. So your relationship with me acts as your culture. So it is a mother's cult, you can call it. The mother's culture. How we are connected with our mother. So in that culture, you see, you really thrive and you become extremely a happy person, a joyous person. And the expression of such a person is so different, because such a person, as I told you, rises above and sees the problems of others, the decadence of the society, sees all the problems of the world. Not only that, but knows the solutions. So, in this culture of ours, we are not bothered about superficial things. What we are bothered about is our inner cleanliness, inner beauty. But that doesn't mean that you should move about like primitive people. No. But if there is inner beauty, then outer beauty comes. So a person who is a Sahajogi has to be an extremely neat and a clean person, but not to tell others, but should be himself or herself. That's one of the things are very important, because others will see you like loonies. Who is going to believe you? So the one effect is from the mother you take from the source. For what? To be that illuminated quality in you, so that others see you as something great and adore you, worship you. This is where we have come. Now, how your personality should. But now, when you are dealing with others, know that they are human beings made by God, not by Sahajogis, by any chance. And they will be tomorrow Sahajogis, maybe higher Sahajogis than you. So when we are dealing with others, also talk to them in a gentle way. Be kind to them. So you are not given this power to be abrupt or to be arrogant with others, not given. Now all such people are calming down, because they see that what helps is your gentle, kindly, firm attitude. Only after Sahaja Yoga you can combine all these qualities. You'll be firm, you'll be alert, you'll be gentle and compassionate, smiling, but not making fun of others. So then you become a personality who is alert to see what is the reaction they are having on others. This is very important to be seen. So now you start witnessing others. What is your reaction on others? So the reflection on others, how they reflect about you also is very important, and you have to be alert. Suddenly you say something and everybody disappears. You must know they are not yet Sahaj Yogis, they are to be brought in. So you have to very carefully bring them around. Then with Sahaj Yogis, among yourselves, how you behave is extremely important for others to see. We must cherish each other's company. We must cherish. You must cherish their companies, because it's such a great thing to have somebody who understands you, your spirit, and they have the spirit. Such a great thing. How can you be unkind to each other? That hurts me the most of all. And the first thing and the foremost thing you have to give me is congenial, beautiful, loving group. That they love each other. If that's achieved, that you really love beyond your personal considerations, I mean, of course, in such jaga there are now not many people who try to make money, but try to make comfort for themselves. In the culture of Sahaj Yoga, we have to have a full imbibement, bubbling through our nerves, the sense of chastity. That is a must, whether you like it or not. There should be no bad intentions about any other person of relationships which are not pure. Absolutely pure relationships, pure eyes, without any adultery, adulteration I would call it. Clean eyes is the basic of Sahaj. Steadfast, clean eyes, because your eyes are very powerful. You don't know how powerful they are. So to make it that way, to practice, move your attention inward and towards the Sahasrara. You can. With your eyes, you suck it. Even while looking at me, with the Shraddha, with the joy, you just suck it inside my image. Put it on your Sahasrara. Put it in your heart. You can do it. It's very joy-giving. When you put it in the Sahasrara, then you get the knowledge. When you put it in your heart, you get the joy. And when you put it on your liver, then you get the power of action. So, in the culture of Sahaj, because the spirit is the dignity, is the majesty, is the glory of God, you have to judge yourself. Did I say something which is not respecting my spirit? Did I do something that is not glorious? We don't live with choices. We live whatever we get it, and there is dignity in that. If you start doing choices, it's stupid. Choices are not there in Sahaj Yoga. Remember this word very clearly. Choices of this, choices of that. I don't like it, I like that. This is not good, that is not good. Because we deal everything on the level of vibrations, then the choices come in. Like if the vibrations are not good, we'll not say it, but we'll not have it. But not question of whether green or red or yellow or white. So you have to understand that when you are a Sahaj personality, you have your own dignity. These things do not give dignity to you. You give them dignity. But that doesn't mean tomorrow you come like a clown or like a limbo on your nose. When you become dignified, you will wear always something that is dignified. You will do all that is dignified. Is automatically you become dignified. It's nothing artificial. A person who is money oriented cannot have dignity. Because you see him like a beggar. See, if this money orientation is too much, he comes down to that level. You can see there cannot be dignity in that. A man who is power oriented is an idiot. He looks like an idiot. So we cannot become idiots. Alright, so we cannot be power oriented. Self-respect is the thing. Self is your spirit. The respect of the spirit should give you that dignity. But in privacy, you are gentle with your husband, you are gentle with your wife. So we cannot do things which embarrasses our mother. Once you start knowing that, this will embarrass mother. We can't do this. You automatically will be. So when it is related with me, immediately, what will mother think of me? Is it this the way to behave towards mother? Immediately you will get the reward as that thing working through you. As if you become that nature. Sahaj culture is a Sahaj nature. Automatically you will do it. You will talk in that manner, you will speak in that manner, you will live in that manner. We cannot be slavish and we cannot enslave anyone. We have to cherish. Even human beings we have to cherish because they are us. Not to despise anyone, not to laugh at anyone. In the culture of Sahaj, you have to become an expert, expertise. Expertise comes through your adherence to your mother. Expertise. You should be an expert. And who will give you the certificate is your mother only. Who else? I may not say so, but your spirit will say that. And not your ego. In a marriage, what are we going to achieve out of marriage? A family, house, everybody has. Even a donkey has that. What's so great? We are going to achieve a family unit where realized souls are to be born. We are going to look after them in a proper way, and then we are going to emit that unit into this world like a sparkling diamond set in the beautiful setting of a family, giving light to the whole world. So life should not be pointless, and talk should not be pointless, and every moment should be filled with achievements of your visions and dreams, slowly and steadily, which is not at all difficult. If you can get rid of ego and superego, finished. That's all. Simple as that. May God bless you all.